Dawn, July the 2nd, 1994, in a deserted parking lot outside the El Indio nightclub, the city of Medellin. The silence of the night was torn apart by 6 brutal gunshots piercing through human flesh. After each shattering blast, the killer did not run away. He stood there, staring down at the bleeding body of his victim, and screamed a monstrous sentence.
Thanks for the own goal!
The man who collapsed in his own blood that day was no international criminal. He was Andrés Escobar, the exemplary captain, the ultimate symbol of honor and pride for Colombian football. His death became a permanently bleeding wound that could never be healed in World Cup history. But to the detectives of ACornerA, this case was never just the sudden fury of a mad supporter. When we reopened the case files covered in the dust of time, connecting the strings of interest between underground gambling rings and notorious drug cartels, a devastating truth slowly emerges. Andrés Escobar did not die because of a technical mistake on the American grass. He died because he accidentally stepped onto a life-and-death chessboard where bloodthirsty monsters were waiting to perform a sacrificial ritual with blood. Let's turn back the clock, back to the original scene that led to the tragedy. June the 22nd, 1994, Rose Bowl Stadium, California. It was the second match of the group stage, Colombia against the host nation, the USA. Deep down, before stepping out of the tunnel, the air inside Colombia's locker room was already heavy with the smell of death. The players kept receiving anonymous death threats pinned to their hotel doors, vowing to massacre their entire families if the team failed. Fear completely paralyzed those genius legs. The dark conspiracies of the underworld are still unfolding. Press the subscribe button for ACornerA right now to join us as we dissect the fatal judgment in the following seconds. And then the fatal moment arrived at the 34th minute. From a harmless cross by USA midfielder John Harkis, defender Andrés Escobar slid in to clear the ball. In a split second, the devil called his name. The ball struck his boot, deflected, and slowly rolled past the goal line before the absolute helplessness of goalkeeper Oscar Cordoba. The own goal tragedy opened the way for a 1-2 defeat, officially sending Colombia home in shame. Back home in Medellin, the fax machines of illegal betting syndicates began to burn. Millions of dollars evaporated. The collapse of a dirty money empire officially triggered the countdown clock to the captain's execution. Following the assassination, the Medellin police quickly closed the file by arresting Humberto Castro Muñoz, a low-level bodyguard and driver. He admitted he was the one who pulled the trigger. But a nameless henchman, would he really have the guts to face a lifetime sentence over a football match? The answer is absolutely no. The physical evidence on the blackboard of ACornerA will expose 2 names pulling the strings from behind. The Galán brothers, Pedro and Juan, rising powerful tycoons who held tight connections to the notorious paramilitary forces of that era. That night, in the parking lot, the Galán brothers continuously insulted and humiliated Escobar for the loss that cost them a fortune. When the graceful captain tried to maintain peace and demanded respect, the arrogant ego of those outlaws was deeply triggered. They didn't need reason. They only needed a scapegoat to unleash their fury over defeat. A cold nod from the boss, and the bodyguard Muñoz stepped forward, firing the shots. Andrés Escobar was not just the victim of a single bullet. He was the victim of a chaotic era when drug cartels corrupted society, and the law in Colombia was nothing but a cheap ornament before the gun barrels of those who dealt in death. Justice sometimes chooses to operate in iron situatines and pure unfairness. Muñoz, the man who pulled the trigger, was sentenced to 43 years in prison, but after just 11 years, he was released for good behavior. Meanwhile, the Galán brothers, the ones who actually gave the order, only paid a ridiculous fine and walked away completely free. The Colombian people wept. More than 120,000 people took to the streets, turning Escobar's funeral into a sea of profound grief. They were saying goodbye to him, and also saying goodbye to the very last pieces of national peace. More than 3 decades have passed. Andrés Escobar's number 2 jersey has been retired forever, as a painful testimony, reminding the world of the fragile boundary between pure passion and ultimate evil. When money, gambling, and dark power take over the beautiful game, the pitch is no longer a place to honor dreams. It turns into a cold, lifeless morgue. The 1994 own goal, was it truly a sports accident or a perfect trap already set by destiny? The Escobar file is officially closed, but in the next episode, we will unlock an even dirtier extortion case involving gunpoint, when a military dictatorship forced a team to lose 6-0 at the 1978 World Cup. Press subscribe right now to catch episode 4 next week. Leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below. The net is torn, the file is open. I will see you at the next dark corner of A Corner Edge.